Hi, welcome back to Movie Review Mom. I'm the mom and I do the movie reviews, and my goal is to give you the heads up on filmmaking quality and content so that you can make the best decision for you and your family as to whether or not you want to watch a specific movie. And boy, does this movie review definitely apply to that, because the movie I'm reviewing today is called Good Luck to You, Leo Grande. This racy and edgy film is available on Hulu on June 17th, 2022. Now, it's rated R, and I would say rated X, really. I mean, not that I've watched rated X movies or porn or anything like that, but this kind of crossed the line for me. I'll get into that here in just a second. It's an hour and 37 minutes long. And normally I give my movie review at the end to make you keep watching, but I'm going to give it to you now. But I want you to keep watching, of course, and subscribe and click on the bell notification and give it a thumbs up and, all that kind of stuff. But just kind of so you know. So my movie review mom grade is B minus for the film, the quality, content is a totally different thing, but an A plus for Emma Thompson. And so I'm going to give you an overview in a nutshell, and then I'll point out things I liked and didn't like. I'll offer tips for parents, which is do not let your kids watch this movie, as well as themes, interesting lines, and even recommendations for other films. All right. So in a nutshell, good in the movie, Good Luck to You, Leo Grande, two-time Academy Award winner Emma Thompson embodies the candor and apprehension of retired teacher Nancy Stokes and newcomer Daryl McCormick. You might have seen him in Peaky Blinders. I never watched that. But anyway, personifies the charisma and compassion of sex worker Leo Grande. I mean, he's a gigolo, okay? As Nancy embarks on a post-marital sexual awakening and Leo draws on his skills and charm, together they find a surprising human connection. So here's the deal. I got a press screener to watch this movie from the studio without knowing anything about it. So I was shocked when the movie began in a hotel room with a meeting with a sex worker to, begin the contract. I hadn't seen the trailer. I just barely even skimmed the content. I saw that it had Emma Thompson, and I adore her in everything she does. And so that's why I wanted to watch it. So fair warning, this is not a movie appropriate for kids and many adults. And in fact, I couldn't really decide if I wanted to even do a movie review about this film. I finally decided to, simply as a warning in case people see that it stars the fantastic Emma Thompson and they decide to watch it without really knowing the content, which is my experience. I was just like, wait, what? And I thought, oh, but it's on TV, or it's on Hulu. It can't be that bad, right? Wrong. It goes full on into the action. Okay, first let me tell you the things that I liked, and then I'll get into all that other stuff. So Emma Thompson, of course, is absolutely outstanding in this. She's why I watched the movie, as I mentioned. And honestly, the subject matter was really uncomfortable for me to watch. Now, as handsome as Daryl McCormick is, and he is, I still couldn't keep my eyes off of Emma Thompson. She's just fantastic. And he was great too, don't get me wrong. I hadn't seen him in anything before. But the film addresses sexuality, especially in mature women, which is a topic that many people will find interesting and personal, especially older audiences, older women. In the story, however, it's not just about the act, but finding a deeper connection with someone and even yourself. All right. Now, things that I didn't like: full frontal nudity. We see Emma Thompson in all of her glory. And of course, like most Hollywood movies with a double standard, the male actor is not shown full frontal nudity. That always drives me nuts. We do, however, see him completely naked from the rear. I just don't want to see that much skin and action in movies. And I didn't want to see Emma Thompson's birthday suit. Now, she said that appearing completely nude in this movie was the hardest thing she had ever done. And I suppose it was a personal acting challenge that she wanted to conquer because, I mean, she's already won Academy Awards and done a variety of from drama to comedy and, that kind of stuff. And so nobody was forcing her to appear in this role, or, I obviously she knew if she was going to be in this movie, she was going to be fully naked and doing stuff. And I just was not prepared for that. And there are a few other actors where, again, I blindly went into a movie and then wham, there they were fully naked. And I was like, whoa, I didn't want to see that. And so if that's how you feel, don't watch this movie, because you're going to be shocked and maybe even a little sad that she chose to do that. Now, obviously, she was fine with it. She did it. But because normally the cliche is that young actresses feel like in order for them to become stars, they need to appear naked in movies, right? And she didn't. And so I admire her for her courage to do that and to have a challenge that she had set for herself and conquered it and all of that. But still, I was a little sad because it just seems beneath an actor to do that. I mean, I want to see them acting. And she just acts the socks off of this movie. I mean, she doesn't have any socks. She's naked, right? And then another very minor thing is that her person or her character is a former religion teacher at a school. And so some of the choices that she made, including hooking up with the gigolo, a sex worker, didn't seem congruent with the values that she had. And of course, part of the theme is changing your values and changing kind of who you are. And anyway, speaking of that, let me tell you the themes in the movie. They are intimate relations, of course, loss and love, pleasure, confidence, ageism, body shaming, being comfortable with one's body, self acceptance, human connection, honesty, and the human touch. All right, so the tips for parents again are this is definitely not appropriate for children or teens, and even some adults like me. There's lots of talk and portrayal of sex, positions, intimacy, stuff like that. And there is some language and some F bombs. So I always write down funny lines and interesting lines. And while the movie is amusing in the sense that Emma Thompson's character is just delicious, she's just a nervous wreck, and you could tell after spending a lifetime of being prim and proper, she's very uncomfortable with all of this. And Emma Thompson is just so great at painting this picture of this character. But nothing was really laugh out loud for me. There were, however, a lot of interesting lines. I'll share a few of them with you here, but I've got all of them on my website at moviereviewmom.com. So she's talking to Leo Grande, who's the sex worker, the gigolo, and she's trying to describe herself, and she's pretty boring, but she's saying how conflicted she is about doing this, and he says conflicted is interesting. And I thought that was an interesting line. And then a really great line that Emma Thompson states as the character Nancy Stokes is, I don't want to be 16 again. Being 16 was bloody awful. I want the feeling of being 16 again. That power, I didn't know I had it. It was wasted on me. And I feel like I can absolutely agree with that I experienced that when you're young and you're fit and trim and healthy and strong and all of that, you don't understand what a gift that is. And I feel like that was a little bit wasted on me as well. I just kind of assumed I was always going to feel young and pretty and strong and healthy and energetic and all of that kind of stuff. And obviously that isn't the case. And so the takeaway is to appreciate what you have now, live life to the fullest is the message of the movie. However, my little 2 cents is don't change your standards and your values. You can still live a very full life without lowering your standards. And I'm talking from a Christian viewpoint, obviously. Okay, that's my review. But before we go, let me give you a recommendation for another movie that I instantly thought of that is very different but stars Emma Thompson. It's called The Song of Lunch. Now, it's not a feature film, it's a very short movie. It's available on Amazon Prime for free. Click down below and I've got a coupon for you if you don't have Amazon Prime. There's tons of content that you can watch for free, which is very, very good. Anyway, I thought that this one was really interesting. The film just centers on Emma Thompson having lunch with an old lost love. And it's very insightful and interesting. And I adore both of the starring actors in it. So check that one out. Alan Rickman, by the way, is the other star. I just adored him so much. All right, have a fantastic day. And thank you so much for watching the video to the end. I really appreciate your support. Run over to Instagram and Facebook and check us out over there in the conversations that we're having about films. I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.